All right, now I'm going to jump into the last major area of the concept search functionality, and that's the cluster wheel. Okay, so what is a cluster wheel and how does it work? You get into it by clicking the icon on the left sidebar. It looks like a little pie with a piece coming out of it. The cluster wheel interface will appear after you click it. And this may seem foreign to you at first. However, once you get comfortable with it, see how it works, you may find it a very powerful tool to help enhance your legal research. The cluster wheel algorithms divide up cases by similar content and put them into buckets or clusters. These clusters can then be further divided by just clicking on them, and you can just keep clicking, repeating the process until the clusters have the most relevant topics listed on them of what you are looking for. It can be very useful to find cases that are similar to one that you have already found. So obviously this isn't available with regular iterative searching. As an example, I'm going to use the same search for child custody and limit it to Texas. Note that only 4 terms that best describe the case topics within a bucket or cluster are displayed. And when I open a case here, a red pointer is going to show me what bucket the case is in. So then that tells me that any cluster in the vicinity of the pointer is going to have similar cases in it. Then if by clicking the plus icon on one of these clusters, limits my search results to only the cases in that cluster and all the subtending clusters, and you see it as the window refreshes. I can remove this cluster limitation by clicking the plus icon in the center cluster, and then I can just explore other buckets without being limited. I can also switch to the dashboard and select specific metadata fields to apply, and then come back to the cluster wheel, and it will have made those adjustments for me. So I can click back and forth and use the cluster wheel just like a search, and whatever criteria I put in either one is going to limit it in the other. So that is the cluster wheel, and now we're going to move on to our other browser window.